Today I am drawing from the bold and fearless energy of Aries. Today I am drawing from the bold and fearless energy of Aries. Aries is a fire sign ruled by Mars, which is why it's linked to these passionate and intense shades like reds, oranges, and many other warm tones. Aries energy is direct, confident, and unapologetic. It's not about blending in, it's about standing out. So for today's look, I want to reflect that strength and passion with these fiery reds, but still keeping the look wearable and balanced. So let's tap into that Aries power and create a look that is strong, powerful, and magnetic. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lexi, and today's episode is part of my Zodiac series where I am creating a makeup look that I feel is inspired and empowered by each of the 12 zodiac signs. As you can probably tell, I already did my base. I was kind of playing around with a bunch of different products and I wanted to make sure it looked right before coming on camera. So I know usually I do my foundation and concealer on camera for these looks, but for today I kind of did a little bit different. Let me know if you guys want to see that for the next videos, but I figured it wasn't really the main focus of today's look. So I am going to start with the eyes. I did just powder my under eyes just in case there's fallout. The palette I'm using today definitely has some fallout, so I just wanted to kind of prepare for that. But for my base for my eyes, I'm using my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. And as always, when using these darker shades, I like to go in with a shade that's my skin tone. I just find that it makes the blending that much easier. So I really want the eyes to be the focus of this look. I want them to sing. So I am going to spend a lot of time going over just what I'm doing for the eyes. So this is probably the only warm tone palette I have. This is my Revolution Game of Thrones palette, and it's a really beautiful palette. I will say the colors aren't that workable, or not the colors, the formula. It does take a lot of blending and patience, so if you have something with a similar color story, it'll do. So I'm thinking of like starting with the crease of like a terracotta kind of burnt or like an orange, and honestly these two are kind of screaming at me, Khaleesi and Rebellious. I think I'm going to start with Rebellious in the crease and then kind of deepen it up with Khaleesi. And I'm taking a small blending brush and I'm going to work with Rebellious first. And I don't think I've actually used this shade, so I'm going to kind of go easy with it because I don't know if it's super pigmented or not. Okay, that's pretty. So it's kind of like an orange slash clementine shade, but I would say it definitely is a bit more peachy in a way. Kind of vibrant. I really like that. Okay. Being a little careless with my blending, it's really just going to be the peach area, and the lid I will be going over with a shimmer, so I think it will be okay. With that same brush, I'm going to go into Khaleesi. Yeah, I don't think I've used this shade either. I'm definitely more leaning towards like neutrals and cool tones, so I've been enjoying that this series is making me reach for these red tones that I don't usually go for. Okay, that one is definitely not as pigmented as the orange shade, so I'm going to kind of pack it in. And this I'm focusing more on the outer part of my eye because I really want to deepen up that crease. Okay, I am loving how these two colors look together. My eyelids look like fire. It is beautiful, and I'm really excited for the next step. So I really want to deepen up this look, and I'm gonna go into this kind of like burgundy red, House Blackfire. It definitely looks later on camera, but it's pretty deep. And I'm gonna take a really small, dense brush to pack it in, and then a fluffy brush to blend that out. Okay, this one, it's so weird because some of these shades are like super sheer. Like the super dark shade, you would think that would be really pigmented, and then like that orange was super pigmented. I don't know if it's because of the like color, if those are really difficult to make pigmented, or just the formulation of Revolution palette. So I kind of placed it there, and then I'm going to blend it with a fluffy brush. Yeah, this is going to take a few layers just because you can kind of see once I blend it out, it kind of disappears, which is fine. I'd rather have it where it's like workable like this rather than so pigmented I can't blend it out. And this brush is clean, so I'm just using it to blend. Okay, I love how this is blending together, and I think I want to go back into Khaleesi, that like kind of like dark blood orange shade, just because I feel like it's getting a little lost. I think I just want to add a touch of it. There we go. Maybe some of that orange too. Okay, I should stop before these colors get too muddy. And for the shimmer, I have something really fun. I'm thinking from my Too Faced Better Than Chocolate palette, I want to use the shade Gold Digger, which is just this really stunning gold shimmer. I haven't used that one yet, but it's really pretty. Like, it is a true gold. So I'm just going to use some NYX glitter primer and we can do the shimmer. So with nails, I can never dig into these palettes, so I'm going to be using just a flat brush. And I'm really excited. I hope this looks how I envision it because it is like a true gold. So I'm really excited for this. So I just packed it on and here we go for the final reveal. That's gorgeous. I love it, love it, love. That's gorgeous. And no fallout whatsoever. I'm loving this. I am so happy that it's exactly how I envisioned it. It is so fiery and bright. I'm loving this. Okay, I have this wonderful idea of using this white glitter, Milk It, in the inner corner. You know, when you see like a flame and there is kind of like some of that white blue, I'm not going to be using the blue, but I think the white is really going to pull this all together, even though it's already looking great. So I'm just going to use a dense brush right in the inner corner. Okay, definitely doesn't pack as much of a punch as I thought. It could be just my application method. Like that white to gold. Okay, it's there. It's not as stark of a difference as I wanted, but it's okay. It honestly creates kind of like a nice blend to those oranges. So I'm gonna work it up a little bit. Okay, that is stunning. I'm really happy with how the eyes are coming out. It's exactly how I wanted it, so I'm super happy about that. Let's move on to the rest of the makeup and we'll come back to do lashes. And with how warm this look is, I do think I need a little bit of bronzer just to really like liven up and embrace the warmness. So I'm just going to pin my hair back for a little bit so I can really get in there. There aren't any harsh white lines. And as always, using my Amazonian clay bronzer, just trying to finish this up this year. And a nice big fluffy brush. This bronzer definitely is growing a little more on me. I know I was not a big fan of it, but it's growing on me. I do feel like that bronzer can easily look muddy, so I'm going to stop there. For blush, I have a few options that I don't know. I wanted to see how the eyes looked to kind of decide where I want to go with this. So I have a few options. So the first one is LYS, and this is the shade Focused. It's kind of like this glimmery terracotta shade. I think that could work because with really brightness, kind of like mute the rest so it's not like clownish. Yeah, I do really love this one. The formula is immaculate. It's balmy, but it sets in place and it's so beautiful. Then I have kind of a bright choice, and this is Milani Coral Crush. So very bright coral shade. Almost leaning a little bit pink. I think too pink for this look. Still another great formula. And then this one is a fun one. This is About Face in Cheek Freak, and it's kind of like this burnt orange shade, which could go really well with the lips or the eyes. And I really like this one. It's a balm to powder formula. It is so nice and it's really nice to work with. I think I'm leaning a little more towards this one, just like with the shirt and the eyes. I think this is where I want to go. I think I want to keep going with the like really high placement. So I'm actually just going to take some on my finger and just kind of pat it into the skin. And you can kind of feel it turns kind of powdery and you can kind of blend it a little better. So far it's pretty subtle. I don't want it to be as intense as the eyes, so I think I'm gonna do this side and then see if I want to add another layer. I'm not sure. Because it's not super intense. I am wearing, like, you can tell I'm wearing blush, but I don't know if another layer is going to make it super obvious. Oh, I want to. I love blush. I really want to. Just a little bit more as I swirl my finger in a ton. Kind of just build up the pigment a little. There we go. So you know I'm wearing blush. This one does get a little goofy in your hairline, so just make sure you work it out. So to kind of counteract some of this warmness, I'm thinking of going in with like a more pearly highlighter. This one is Fenty, one of their matchsticks in Starstruck, and it's more of like a pink, kind of like champagne highlighter. I feel like I usually gravitate towards like gold highlighters, but I think this one's gonna be really pretty. This one it's like a dry stick, so I always struggle with it. I don't like how it looks directly on the skin, so I'm just taking some on my finger, and it's like, you can see it on camera. I feel like you can't see. It's dry. I don't know, not my favorite type of formula. I definitely prefer the hourglass formula. It is not showing up. You can't see it. No. I think I'm gonna have to do it directly on the skin. Let's see. There we go. It's just really hard to blend in once it's on the face. And this one I feel like is also like brings out the texture. So it's just not my favorite. But I do want to use it up. And then just a little here. For the lips, I have a couple of options, and I don't know which one I'm leaning more towards. So I have two lip liners. One is like a deep red, kind of burgundy in a way. You can't really tell. Yeah, kind of like a mulled wine kind of shade. And then this other one is more berry, but I figured maybe I could use it, so I just decided to pull it out. Yeah, definitely a little more berry. So they are very similar. And then I have two glosses that I was thinking could work. So this one is NYX Lip IV, and the shade is Ready Set Wet. And I was thinking, because like in the gloss form, this one is highly pigmented red. It's very beautiful, like a true classic red. But when it leaves the stain, it's more of like a pink, and it's a bright pink too. I love it, but I don't think I would love it with this look. The second option I have is from Loreal. This is their Plump Ambition Lip Oil. This one definitely is more of a lip gloss, and the shade I have is, okay, this one is Nude Macaron. And this one kind of has like a hint of like a gold shimmer running in there, and I think it could be really great for this look. But I think it's a little too muted. So I think what I had in mind for this one was lining the lips with the deep red liner, blending it out a little, and then topping with this. I think this is definitely what I'm more gravitated towards, just because this one, once that stain is left, once the gloss fades, it leaves a really bright pink stain. So yeah, I think I'm gonna lean towards this combo. And a funny thing about this morning, so I was doing my base and I was doing my brows, and I have the Kosas brow gel, and if you've seen the packaging, it's kind of similar. I mean, it's clear and purple, but I grabbed this one and I almost put this on my eyebrows, and it's a stain. That would have been so horrible, but I just thought it was funny because the packaging is somewhat similar. So I'm going to line my lips. So I did bring it quite forward just so I can blend it out a bit more and just have a little bit more pigment. I'm just gonna blend it with my finger as much as I can. And then topping it with the gloss. And hopefully this like mutes it down a little. A little red for my liking, but it's okay. Okay, I'm going to go add mascara and lashes, and I will be right back. Here is the final look. I am obsessed with this. Yes, it did take me about 20 minutes to get some lashes on. Still not perfect, but we're gonna just move on with it. I think the lip is a little too like fiery red than what I had anticipated, but it is growing on me. I wouldn't say this look is very wearable in that sense. I think if I opted for like a nude lip, I would definitely wear this look to dinner or something. So I'm really happy with how this came out. I think it really embodies the Aries vibes. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!